Thank you for joining us for this EdTech Teacher video tutorial on creating collaborative video content on iPads. With a recent update to Google Drive, students in small groups now have the ability to do collaborative video work, where video content can be created with any number of applications and uploaded to a collaborative folder in Google Drive. In this video tutorial, I'll be swapping back and forth between two of my Google Drive accounts to simulate the process of having two students work collaboratively on a video project. In my first Google Drive account, what I'm going to do is create a new folder. That folder will be the location where we can house all of the work that's being contributed to the project. Video content that's being created with any application can be uploaded to this Google Drive folder. In this demonstration, I'll be uploading from my two Google Drive accounts. However, you could have any number of students or even an entire class uploading content to one collaborative video Google Drive folder. Once the folder's been created, I'll tap on the small I or the inspector button next to the folder and share that with the other Google Drive account that I'm conducting this simulation with. So now I'm going to swap to my other Google Drive account, and I'll find the folder that I just created with my other Google Drive account. In this case, I'm simulating being logged in with student 2, where student 1 has already created and shared the folder. Once the folder has been shared, you may have to refresh the Google Drive app just by pulling down on the screen in the first account and in the second account. Now, one thing that I'm doing here that is immensely helpful is I'm moving the folder that was shared with me into my drive. The reason why it's critical to move the folder into my drive is that certain applications, particularly Explain Everything, can upload directly from the Explain Everything app to a folder that's in my drive. Now we can begin the process. In this instance, I'm using Telegami with one of my Google Drive accounts, and I'm going to create video content on my iPad and upload it to my Google Drive folder. This is essentially one small component to a larger collaborative video project. Using Telegami, like most video creation apps, when I'm done with the creation process, I can share and save this content to the camera roll. One thing to keep in mind when working on collaborative video projects is if the app does not allow you to upload the video directly to Google Drive, it will likely, or it will have to allow you to export the video to the camera roll first. Once the video is in the camera roll, it can then be uploaded to Google Drive by going into the Google Drive app and pulling that content from the camera roll into the collaborative video folder. You can see here I'm now exporting the video from Telegami by tapping Share and Save. Once the video has been exported from Telegami, I can upload it to the collaborative folder in Google Drive. So now I'm going to jump back to Google Drive, enter into the collaborative video project folder between Greg and Greg, tap on the plus sign in the top right hand corner, and upload the video content. You can see the Telegami makes its own folder in your camera roll, and that allows you to easily find any video that you've created. And you can see the video has been uploaded and it's in the collaborative folder, and now both users have access to this video. One suggestion I have is to have students rename the video or any video that they upload to a collaborative video folder. This will allow all students in the group, or at least the video editor in the group, to know what has been uploaded and where it needs to be used in the final project. Now, another application that your students will likely want to use to create video is Explain Everything. In this case, I'm going to create a short Explain Everything screencast, and when I'm done with this content, I'm going to upload it directly to Google Drive. One critical idea to keep in mind is that if you're working on collaborative video, your students should upload to Google Drive as a video file, not as an Explain Everything project file. Again, this will allow the editor or the final user of the group who's creating the video to quickly download and edit that video later in iMovie. When your students are done creating their screencast and Explain Everything, they can click on the small export icon in the bottom right hand corner that looks like a piece of film with the upload arrow. Their destination will be under the More tab, and they'll be selecting Google Drive. Now, like I mentioned, they can then select to upload this as a video file, which allows any other user to edit that later in iMovie. So now I've selected the group folder that I'm working on between my two accounts. I'm going to export this as a video file and let Explain Everything do its thing. I'm going to speed up the process here so we won't watch the entire conversion and uploading process. But keep in mind, when uploading from Explain Everything to Google Drive as video, the upload can take 2 to 3 times the length of the screencast itself. Once that video has been uploaded, you'll get a small confirmation in the middle of the screen telling you you've had success. And now again, like the Telegami video, I've now created video with one Google Drive account, uploaded it to the Google Drive folder, and now I've essentially contributed these small 2 video clips to my collaborative video project. What I'm going to do now is swap over to my other Google Drive account to simulate another student adding content to the same folder, potentially even adding content from different applications. So now that I'm going to go back into the same collaborative video project folder, tap on the plus sign in the top right hand corner, and upload some video content that I've already created, again with Telegami and Explain Everything. But there's a host of applications that could be used. Students could use the external camera, the front-facing camera, or any video app that allows you to export directly to the camera roll or upload directly to Google Drive as a video file. Again, I'll go through the process of renaming these files just so everyone in the group knows exactly what has been uploaded. Once the content has been uploaded, now we can begin the process of having one student, or potentially allowing all the students that are working in the group, to pull the content out of Google Drive and download it back to their iPad to go through the editing process. I think one thing that could be really interesting or have some powerful potential in the classroom is to allow multiple students within a group or class project to create their own remixed version of that video project based on all the content that's been submitted. So as you can see here, I'm going through the process of renaming the files so everything can be clearly marked and organized in that Google Drive folder. So now I'll switch back over to the other Google account, refresh the app, and as I can see here, all 4 video files, 2 from each user, are now available in that Google Drive collaborative video folder. Now by tapping on the eye or the small inspector to the right of the file, this opens up the properties of this file. And by using the Open In button in Google Drive, I have the option to open this video in iMovie. This is essentially allowing me to download any video that's been shared by my team members directly down to iMovie. I'm going to create a new project, and this project will drop right onto my timeline in iMovie. I can then quickly use my 4-finger swiping gesture or double tap my home icon to jump back to Google Drive, select the next video clip by tapping on the inspector in the margin, selecting Open in the menu, and pulling this video down to iMovie. I can drop this in the previous project that I worked on, and this will allow me to continue to add clips to my collaborative video project. This opens up enormous potential for group work. Students with any device that has access to Google Drive will now have the ability to create, upload, and contribute to a group project asynchronously. We no longer have to have students waiting around for one flip camera or having students wait to be told exactly what needs to be created. Students can figure out what scenes need to be created, what video needs to be shot, and they can upload it individually or by working in small groups, all to that one collaborative folder. Whether the class determines that they have one student who's really proficient at video editing, or we might have multiple students take a stab at the editing process, as I'm doing here in iMovie on my iPad. With a combination of Google Drive and iMovie, students now have the ability to store, download, and edit video content on their iPads in a collaborative fashion. Like I mentioned earlier, we no longer have the need to have students waiting around using one device. Students with any device that have the ability to create and upload content can now contribute to a collaborative video project that can then later be edited in iMovie, as we can see here on an iPad. Thank you for watching, and good luck creating your own collaborative video content on iPads with your students.